We are back in the fourth year of the Telcel Night of the Hitmakers. 4 years gone real quick. I guess they always say when you're having fun, time goes real quick. This year, we have a great lineup put together again for our fans. Last year was an amazing year. The people came out in numbers, and we were also awarded the flagship show of St. Martin Carnival. So it makes this train hard, but we're doing it for the people, so we expect to do our hard work again. This year we have a very nice lineup that's going to complement the dance floor, because the dance floor is back. We have, coming all the way out of Aruba, we have Tsunami, a band that people been calling for, so we're giving the people what they want. We have our own homegrown St. Martin's #1 dance band, Control. This year we managed to put a nice Zouk blend together. We're going to be having the original Zouk diva Tanya Seval in St. Martin and the Hitmakers. We're going to have Mika Ben. For those who don't know him, he sings the song Upati. And I call him the party rocker Jean-Marc Ferdinand. That's the guy that sings Tiki Tak, Tiki Tak. So that's a party tune by itself. And we didn't leave out soca because Carnival is all about that. We're gonna have the kings of soca, I call them, Kes the band, straight out of Trinidad. So that makes a nice blend. We open the public and the audience we catering to, because Hitmakers says it, Night of the Hitmakers. It's a night loaded with Hitmakers, and all of those on the show now are Hitmakers, so people could expect a night of nothing but pulsating hits.
Let's say people who don't know the band from Trinidad that you're talking about, what exactly are the hits that this band?
Yeah, well, boy, Kes have so many hits. Their biggest hit is Worthless. That's their biggest hit, They have so many more hits upon hits upon hits. They're right there on the Marshall Industrial when it comes to hits, And it's the band is, they fuse a lot of different music with soca. They're an amazing live band, you can't stand still. And at the end of the day, that's what we focus on with Hitmakers, We create a hype before the show, but during the show, that hype has to continue. And that's what we do, And all the bands are known for great performances, so people could expect nothing but great performances.
I don't know if this was last year or the year before, you could correct me, that your whole act went straight into Jubilee morning. Is this happening this year?
No, this year is not happening this year. That was the year before indeed, when we had Crossfire and the Dragonaires and Claudius Phillips and Cachet. That was a heavy year as well, and we went straight into Juve. This year not, this year the show is gonna be on Saturday, the 23rd of April. It's a very nice day. It's a day that the people gotta mark, put it in the agenda, put it in the calendar, set your alarm from now. 23rd of April is the Telcel Night of the Hitmakers. It's on a Saturday. Right now, as a matter of fact, we have a special going on as usual. We always, from the beginning, we came with these specials for the people, for those who maybe know how to grab a deal or those who have a little less to spend. That's the idea of this whole special, because in our humble opinion, St. Martin is the biggest, Carnival is the biggest cultural event on St. Martin, and everybody should be part of it. So that's one of the reasons we do this special. This year it's called the Things Hard Special. We started out as the Early Bird Special, but you're hearing the name so much, so we had to kind of shift off from it, and we call it the Things Hard Special. Basically, the tickets are going for $25, which is a very cheap price. I mean, if you look at it, you can't go in the supermarket and get a bag full of groceries for $25. Imagine seeing all these big, heavy hitting artists for that price. So it's a great deal. The deal is valid until the 5th of March, while supplies last. Of course, we're not going to print unlimited tickets for that price. So we have a limited amount of tickets. When those tickets finish, then it goes straight to the $30 in advance and $40 on the day of the show.
I see you got a new couch. Now you don't have anything else to worry about. Uh-oh, but don't worry about it. With your Be Sure home insurance, the contents of your home are all covered for free.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah, for free. Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah.
Here we go.
This is freedom, this is life. Happiness is all I'm seeking. Carpe diem, I'm seizing every day, not just the weekend. Here's to all the good times that have come to last. Here's to living in the now.
When you can afford what you crave, life just gets so
So
good.
alive and I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey, I'm gonna live my life, feeling good, so good, real good, so
KFC, so good for everyone.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Life is a journey full of connections. You're in safe hands even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas really easy. Island Finance. For education, a renovation. That's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
And I would like to be very specific with the question because I'd like specific answers. When was the letter sent by the former minister to Tessie NV telling them that they are allowed to develop the parking space in Simpson Bay? Was it after September 30th, 2015? And was it after the motion was passed in Parliament informing or giving ministers at the time an instruction not to engage in anything new?
Well, I would have to research that, but I know indeed it was after the 30th. And I know the last letter Tessie received from the former minister was on November 18th, so the day before they left the office.
You also mentioned that you're going to proceed with this project And if there is any hiccup or holdup, the former minister can be held personally liable. Minister Myers, I've heard this statement throughout the 1.5 month of stalemate that St. Martin was put through when the former government refused to leave office. Up to now, no minister have been held liable, even though they have done a lot of things, especially within the Ministry of Romy. Are you serious in taking this by holding this minister liable?
Well, I'm serious in terms of this project is something on a priority list to move forward. And if all kind of political games will be played to stalemate this project, then I'm serious on looking at ways where the former minister can be held liable.
My colleague asked a lot of questions about the NEPA situation. I remember last week, I think it was, or the week before, you mentioned an employee had placed a lien on NEPA, the building. Can you tell us what the situation with that whole lien business? Did the lawyer go through that? Where are we?
As such, that information was not brought forward to me, but I do know that the employees of the institute were paid, because apparently the amount of the lien was not the amount of their account, but the whole account had been frozen. So once the bank had cleared up that problem, that the employees could be paid, however, they were paid late. So whether the lien was paid or not, I don't have any insight. That is not within my purview.
But the land close to the causeway, has there been any updates on that? I think the last time we spoke, you talked about probably getting a land somewhere by Tropicana Casino. This is remember we had the land swap from Tessie NV. We were going to get the land to make a sewage plant.
Yeah. At the moment, we're still exploring different possibilities. There is discussions slated for this Friday, February 19th, with our French counterparts. And so there's different options, and we're just discussing the different options that we have and what will be the best for both parties.
Is there any limitation or time expiration on the money that we can access for this project?
Not that I am aware of.
And a final question on the cadastre. During the Parliament meeting, you were asked about how many members are on the board of the cadastre at the moment. I think you said two. I cannot remember correctly. No. If that number is only two, that means the board is not completely legal. What is being done to fix that board at the moment?
Well, right now we are in the process, and there's a procedure for appointing new board members. Mm-hmm. And right now we are in the procedure of putting additional board members to cadastre.
Thank you.
That is a work in progress.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
1,
2,
3,
4. This is how common it is to develop a mental illness. 1 out of every 4.
4.
4.
But there is hope. Today, most mental illnesses can be managed and treated. Visit your general doctor if you feel concerned about your thoughts and behaviors or have some difficulty dealing with some of life's issues.
If you have been diagnosed and are suffering from a mental illness, keep in mind these 4 points to help you manage your mental health.
1. Get regular checkups with your general doctor.
2. Stay on your treatment plan to prevent relapses.
3. Find a strong support group in your family and friends.
And 4. Never be afraid to ask for help and look out for the warning signs of your illness.
Remember, you are not alone. We are as close as one.
2.
3.
4.
Learn about mental health illness by going to the Mental Health Foundation's website at www.mhf-sxm.com.
Question, Expedia and Wikipedia or Expedia and TripAdvisor? The answer is Expedia and TripAdvisors are the two entities that are doing the marketing. One minister said trade shows don't give a return on investment. The other minister said it does. What is what? I would like to clarify that simply going to the trade show alone and on its own might not be totally effective, but when you attend this trade show, one component, the attendance of this trade show forms part of the overall strategy. Actually, we have to put both into equation because if you just merely send person outside to go and market and you yourself knowing your own product and what is needed, it is more important for the emphasis to put on what is important for the country. Tamara Leonard. How does this disagreement concerning trade shows impact the budget? That's applied to the same answer I give to Mr. De Weaver. How does the 10% cut across the board came about? The 10% base was based on the instruction of the Minister of Finance to balance the budget, and therefore he can give more detail into this. How is it determined how much subsidy is giving since the ordinance doesn't mention the amount? The determination to cut the subsidies was also in line with the requirements of the Minister of Finance. Question, Leona Marling. The cost of the goals to reach under the 2015 budget were not mentioned. In the capital investment budget for 2016, you find the cost for 2014, 15, and 16 realized and unrealized. That is mentioned in the budget of 2016. Question, list economic development initiatives 2016 and explain the catch-22. Catch-22 means that we have to invest in the revenue generating projects. However, we have very limited financial resources to invest with. So that's the catch-22. How long is the 12 million outstanding? Seeing the casino law is from 1968. That was a question from MP Marlon Romeo. The calculation of 12 million was done based on the controller's fee and the social premiums, which the Minister of Finance already addressed. To give the clarification, there was a court case in 2017 by one of the casinos, 2007, and the judge said at the time that because there were no legal basis to collect the fees, the ministry, government did not have that legal basis then. Upon when I was appointed as minister, I was confronted with this similar situation, and the legal basis was further worked on, and the legislation was adjusted in order to have the basis to collect the fees. The fees were not collected since 1969 because we started from 2007, and the statute of limitation for collecting outstanding fees is 5 years, so you can go back from there. What does ASICUDA stands for? The ASICUDA is an automated system for customs data, which is a system used by the custom to monitor the import of goods and parties importing goods, so you can track the trade in the country.
Madam Chair,
MP
I didn't catch.
Leona Marlin.
Thank you, Madam. I didn't catch the what she was explaining about the 12 million. I didn't. Can you read that over me, please, for the kind of minister to do that?
Minister, could you go over that answer, please?
You said the calculation of 12 million was done based on the controller's fees and social premiums, which the Minister of Finance already addressed, because the fees that are being collected are based on the social premiums and from the controllers that are working in these casinos. And you said why we didn't go back to 1968 since the law existed from that date. And why only now? There was a court case in 2007, as I already stated. And at that time, the judge has stated that there was no legal grounds to collect the outstanding fees that we were levying on the casinos. And based on that, the Minister of TIAT came with a basis in order to collect these fees, because they have to give the basis in order for the receivers to collect these outstanding fees. The legislation, ministerial decree, was signed by myself, and based on that decree, the fees could have been started to collect as of 2016. And why? So, yes. As I stated, you can only go back 5 years. Okay. Another question you had was the Consumer Protection and Authority. What is the status thereof? We are presently in process of reviewing the proposed legislation, and I am happy to return to Parliament to discuss this legislation. Actually, I've been gathering information from different entities and countries to see what there is, because you're not going to invent the wheel, you're trying to perfect it. So I'm going to see what is best suitable for St. Martin, and once the information is gathered, I will gladly come back to Parliament and discuss this issue. Question was the school bus mobility plan. What is that? The mobility plan is merely a project related to formalizing and organizing the school bus system. The question of the school bus is illegal. What can be done for the safety of our children? There is no legislation pertaining to such at present, but in the interest of the safety of the school children, the crossing of the school bus is tolerated. Further regulation will be addressed in the school bus mobility plan. Question was asked if Mr. Mingo was the only person to answer the questions. In 2014, actually, Mr. Mingo is not the only person to answer this question, because he's of Ireland. He has to give instruction to the team, which was given, and they're working on the information requested. In 2014, the harbor was under the impression that it was allowed to set off the contribution from the FCCA conference with the concession fees. And this was done for the first 8 months for 2014, when government indicated that it does not want to offset it in such manner. So payments were immediately resumed, and the agreement was made with the receiver to pay off the withheld amount.